my name is Caitlin. I am the education coordinator out here at Possum Creek MetroParks, and we are out here at the demonstration garden at the farm. And what we are doing today is taking off the flowers of these strawberries, these early flowers. Now the flowers are beautiful. They're really, really pretty. It is hard to take the flowers off, but we take them off in the early spring so the plants can focus on leaf growth and they can focus on root growth. So our hope is that we're going to have really robust plants, and later on we're going to let them do their thing. We're going to let them flower and create fruit, and the fruits are going to be a lot more prolific and beautiful, and not quite as puny as they would be if we just let them do their thing right now. So yeah, it's a little hard. So see, this could be a baby strawberry, but we're not letting it. We're not letting it be a baby strawberry just yet. So we are taking all these flowers, and we're going to have really beautiful plants afterwards, and then they're going to make flowers again. So it won't be a bad thing. It'll be a good thing. It's just a little hard to do because they are so pretty. But what you can do with them, so if you have strawberry plants at home and you want to have really robust plants and fruits later on in the season, you can take the flowers and you can decorate cakes with them or cookies, or you can put them in drinks as garnishes. You can even eat them raw in a salad. So there's things that you can do with these flowers so that they don't go to waste. All right, so we also have rhubarb out here right now. This is a green variety of rhubarb. And some things you can do with rhubarb. I like eating it raw. It tastes kind of like nature's sour candy to me, so I like sour things. Rhubarb's really delightful to eat just raw. What you want to do is eat only the stalk. You don't want to eat the leaves. That's not an edible part of the plant, but you can eat the stalk. And here is, oh, it's got a little bit of a red thing going on, not too red, but isn't it just beautiful? Look at that. So what you can do with it, you can poach it, you can put it in jams with strawberry rhubarb jam's a big thing. You can make pies with it, tarts, all kinds of wonderful things with rhubarb. And another thing, so kind of similar to the strawberries, we want to get rid of the flowering heads of it so it can focus on leaf growth. It's all about leaves in the spring. So what we're going to do, I just got that flower. We're going to find this flower over here and we're going to snip it. And you can see the flower right here. It almost looks like broccoli. Isn't that kind of weird? It's beautiful though. So yeah, after we did this, now it's going to hopefully have a bit more robust leaves, and we can keep it focused on leaf growth again. All right, so this is mullein. It is a wonderful plant. And some people think it's a weed. I don't think it's a weed. I think it's a delightful plant, so long as you don't let it go crazy all over the place. But this plant is really soft. Sometimes people think it's lamb's ear. It's not lamb's ear. This is just mullein, and it's got super, super soft leaves. Like just, I don't know if you can hear you hear the leaves? Just super, super soft. But they are supposed to be, in traditional methods of medicine, they're used for lung ailments. So people sometimes use it in tinctures and in teas and things like that. They use the leaves and dry them out and maybe mix them with some other nice tasting herbs like lemon balm or something like that, and then make a tea out of it. What you'd want to do, you want to make sure that you properly strain it, because it does have all these fuzzy bits to it, so it can make you cough if you don't do it right. But yeah, it's just a fabulous plant. It's also known as cowboy toilet paper for a little bit of bathroom humor because it is so soft. It's like Charmin of the Charmin of nature. So if you're out camping or in a survivalist situation, it's a good thing to have around you. So this is dandelion. I think most people know what dandelions are and what they look like. They might be the bane of your existence in your yard, but they're actually a really good plant to have in your yard and even in your garden if you control it enough. So you can eat the flowers, you can eat the leaves, you can eat the roots, you can eat all the parts of the dandelion plant. And it's just packed with antioxidants, packed with, I think, pleasantly bitter flavor. It depends on if you like bitter things. In the springtime, the leaves are a little less bitter, so you'd want to collect them young and collect them soon in the spring. And you can make all manner of things. You can make dandelion jelly, you can make dandelion fritters with the flowers. I'm planning on making some this weekend. And you can even make a coffee replacement out of the roots. So just so many things to do with dandelions. And we also have some catnip here. So if anybody has cats at home, you might want to consider growing catnip, but even if you don't have cats at home, it's still a good thing to have in your garden because it's often an ingredient in sleepy time tea. So it makes cats really hyper and kind of loopy, but it makes people really calm. So it can be a really nice addition to a sleepy time tea. Okay, so this is one of our, we have some more over there, but this is a patch of garlic that we have here at our demonstration garden. And you'll want to typically plant garlic in the fall, in the late fall, mid to late fall, and it'll give the bulbs and roots a chance to really establish themselves in the garden, and then they can shoot up really nice, robust leaves in the spring. You can also plant it if you don't get to plant it in the fall, you can plant it in the very early spring. So again, it has that time for cool weather, and it has time to really establish those roots in its bulbs. So one thing that we had the chickens come in here. They weren't allowed, but they came in anyway. And some of our bulbs were either forced up by frost and thaw, frost and thaw, frost and thaw. And so they came up like that. And then some of them came up like that, and some of them came up by the chickens just being curious and scratching in the area. So I saw little tiny shoots coming up in the spring, and I also saw some bare spots. So I decided to take, in the very early spring, some bulbs and plant them again in the spots where they were a little bit bald. So we have ones that you can see really, really strong and robust from the fall. And this one I planted in the spring, so you can see how teeny tiny it is. So this bulb won't be as big and robust as these ones will when we harvest them in later on in the summer. But yeah, you can plant it in the fall or in the spring. Just depends on your preference.